Hello and welcome to a whole new episode of your program Culture Magazine. Allow me to accompany you through a journey of diverse segments from culture, heritage, traditional works to dazzling ballet repertoires on edition of diverse art exhibitions and visual artworks. And now, let's kick off with our episode. In our program, we're always keen to shed more lights on the events that revive our history and heritage. And now, let's have a closer look.
The harp is an ancient string musical instrument also known as the lyre. It's played by plucking strings with the thumb and index finger of each hand. The instrument has a triangular frame that typically includes up to 45 or more strings, and it is equipped with pedals at the base to adjust the tension of the strings and change the pitch. Its origins date back to ancient Egypt, where it was popular during the Pharaonic era, and it later evolved into the world-renowned instrument. In Ireland, it became a national symbol in the 13th century. The harp produces a soft and warm sound. It's used in various musical genres, including classical music, jazz, film scores, and meditative music. The triangle body is made of wood with tightly stretched strings running along its length. Over the centuries, the harp has undergone many developments, resulting in different shapes and larger sizes. The modern harp resembles the piano in its tonal range, featuring pedals that control the tension of the strings to alter the pitch. In an elegant musical evening hosted by the Cairo Opera House, the Egyptian harpist ensemble shone brightly on the small hall stage in a captivating concert that combined authenticity and taking the audience on an enchanting journey into the world of harp music and an instrument that embodies elegance, heritage, and history. The talented Egyptian harpist performed a selection of classical and Arab pieces reviving musical heritage with a contemporary spirit and demonstrating remarkable virtuosity and harmony among their instruments.
Harp is an ancient Egyptian. It's very ancient instrument, and it's very large and has a big history in Egypt and all of the world.
The Egyptian harpist ensembles, including Manal Muhyiddin, Rihanna Ashraf, Mona Wasif, Burween Mustafa, Hala Anani, Toa Salah, Noor Mohammed, Nurhan Hamdi, Roa Ahmed, Amira Sameh, Masa Tamer, Salma Sabir, Hanin Shaban, Hanin Mustafa, Hala Abu Bakr, Fayrouz Amr, with Karim Wasif on the bass guitar and Marwan Sawaf on percussion.
actually we're trying. We're doing this concert every year, and it's about six harp and six harpists play together, and we do a lot of like Omar Khairat or Abdel Halim Hafiz. We're doing like an amazing program. I study in conservatoire like every other harpist did, so it's about harmonic, like all of us know each other first. We study this trumpet music, so we know how to play together and do like everyone plays something. The audience hear this beautiful song or whatever.
The program featured a rich selection of international works, including Waltz No. 2 by Dmitry Chvatskov, Not Run by Nancy Gilk, The Farmer's Song by Robert Schumann, Evening Music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, Rondo by John Joseph Morat, and Anne Grove, a traditional song from Wales. The Maghreb Garden by Nancy Gastaphone, Waltz from the Massacre Suite by Akram Khatouri. Spanish Song by Pascal Maricain, arranged by Amira Wade, alongside Helwa Ya Baladi by Geoff Parnell, with the lyrics by Marwan Saideh.
Mel Muhyiddin is actually my teacher. I'm her student, and she teaches me harp and how to play harp, how to perform on the stage. She's actually sometimes, like today, she's just a little bit nervous. Like all of us actually are nervous because it's like there's a concert, people come to see us, so there's a little bit nervous. But she's fine. Like she's telling us what to do, or we're actually like family.
This concert comes as part of the Cairo Opera House ongoing efforts under the patronage of the Ministries of Culture to support the female talent and highlighting the role of the young Egyptian woman musician in the artistic scene. Through these distinguished performances, the Egyptian harpist ensemble reaffirmed that music is a universal language that touches heart and that the Egyptian woman continues to prove her ability to create, excel and inspire even though one of the rarest and most beautiful musical instruments in the world. I'm very happy to be performing today at the Cairo Opera House, which always opens its doors to refined art and beautiful music. Tonight's concert has a very special character as it combines both solo and ensemble performances on the harp. Through this, we aim to highlight the beauty of this instrument and bring it closer to the Egyptian and Arab audiences. For me, playing the harp is a spiritual experience filled with calmness and magic. Every time I step onto the stage, I feel that I are delivering a message of art and peace. It's a great honor for us to perform at the Cairo Opera House, a prestigious cultural institution that embraces all forms of fine art and constantly supports young artists, giving them the opportunity to share their music and the public. I truly hope that Egyptian harpists ensemble will continue to present distinguished performances both in Egypt and abroad, spreading the message of refined music to everyone.
The Cairo Opera House is the cultural lighthouse of the Middle East. It presents serious arts and an address of Egypt's artistic and cultural identity, exporting a lofty image of our dear Egypt and exposing this nation to a diverse range of cultural exchange. So let's watch together.
Under the patronage of the Ministry of Culture, the Cairo Opera House, headed by Dr. Ali Abdel Salam, presented the Cleopatra Ballet performed by the Cairo Opera Ballet Company, directed by its artistic director Aminia Kamil, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra, conducted by the composer of the music, Maestro Muhammad Saad Basha, on the main stage. The performance comes as the part of the Mistress Culture's ongoing efforts to enrich Egypt's creative scene. It revolves around the historical story of Cleopatra. Cleopatra is one of the most famous female rulers in history. She was the queen of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC and its last monarch. Cleopatra belonged to the Ptolemaic dynasty, descending from its founder, Ptolemy I, a Macedonian Greek general and companion of Alexander the Great. Cleopatra was among the few women who held power in ancient times. She shared the throne with her younger brother for several years before allying with Julius Caesar, through which she secured her position as queen. As the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom, Cleopatra was responsible for restoring Egyptian territories and maintaining the nation's sovereignty. Although of Greek descent through the Macedonian Ptolemaic line, Cleopatra was Egyptian in spirit and rule. She deeply embraced the culture of Egypt and was the first Ptolemaic monarch to learn and speak the ancient Egyptian language, fully integrating herself into the life and traditions of her people. Queen of Egypt and her marriage to Mark Antony, who shared rule of the Roman Empire with the Octavius after the assassination of Julius Caesar. The story follows Octavius' declaration of the war against Cleopatra and Mark Antony, the defeat in the naval battle of the Actium, and their tragic and following their rival's victory.
This Ballet Cleopatra is a very important task for the Cairo Ballet Company, and we are presenting here at the opera for the third time.
Yes.
And everything started in 2019 when I was asking a choreographer very famous in abroad, in Italy and in Europe. His name is Jose Perez, to stage with us Ballet Cleopatra. And I was hesitating a little bit because I liked very much his style. He's a very famous choreographer and very good dancer. His name is Jose Perez, but his nationality is Cuban. So I was hesitating a little bit because I didn't know if he had all the information, the right information about a character so important as Cleopatra. So after speaking with him, I understood that he knew everything and he was in the right track to make a good choreography. Of course, we were cooperating together for at least 2-3 months before starting to make the choreography. And then the opera house invited him and he started to make his choreography with the ballet, with the Cairo Ballet Company. And this his style is matching very well with the possibility of the dancer of the Cairo Ballet, and so we could make something very special.
The Cleopatra Ballet features the choreography by Jos Perez, lighting design by Yasser Shalen, set design by Mohammed Al-Gharabawi, and costume design by Manuel Lassiri. The Cairo Opera Ballet Company presented Cleopatra through a series of classical scenes inspired by the world's most renowned ballet productions, blending graceful performance with dramatic expression to embody emotions of love, conflict, and beauty through the movement and music.
This is one of my favorite ballet in our repertoire, one for the subject that is international and such a big name as Cleopatra, and second because the choreography is matching the meaning of and to say the image that we have of Cleopatra. Is not something that we saw 100 times. It's very original and very particular. This Cleopatra has a very particular style in the steps, in the choreography. The pas de deux are very interesting, and the people, the dancers of the corps de ballet are very, the choreography is very original, you know. You have to see it to understand. It's a very particular style of ballet. Cairo Opera Ballet Company was founded in 1966 as part of the Higher Institute of Ballet and presented its first performance the same year. Since 1972, the troupe has toured internationally, performing in countries such as Russia, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, Germany, France, and Tunisia. It became affiliated with the Cairo Opera House in 1991, and its repertoire includes some of the world's most famous classical ballet, such as Romeo and Juliet, Swan Lake, The Nutcracker, Anguille, and The Rite of Spring, Hamlet, Lorcana, Carmina, Burano, Valera, Cinderella, Dances We Met By, and Despite Everything.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we came to the end of this episode. Promise we'll be back next week with more diverse segments. Until then, it's goodbye.